Welcome to Tackle Talk Live, a program full of insight and information related to bass tournaments with a primary focus on Sam Rayburn and Toledo Bend. A show dedicated to making you a better bass fisherman with one-on-one interviews with winning anglers. Your host, Kevin Jean, Territory Manager for Sportco Marketing, who's no stranger to tournament success. An avid angler who understands how to compete at a high level. Daiwa and Caymas Boats Pro Staffer, Steve Graff, a successful angler in his own right, who continues to pursue tournament-winning stringers. So, get ready to take notes from two knowledgeable anglers here on Tackle Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
This is Tackle Talk Live. Hey, welcome to the show today. We appreciate you tuning us in. I'm Daiwa Pro Staffer Steve Graff, along with Territory Manager for Sportco Marketing, the road dog today. Kevin Jean is down there somewhere in South Louisiana. Kevin, how you doing, bud?
Doing good, Steve. Doing good. Yeah, living this rep life, on the road today, having to visit some accounts. So we're going to do it from the road today. But that's all right. We'll make work with it.
Hey, that's right. We do what we got to do on this show. Special guest today, Kevin. Sealy Big Bass winner Glen Stone caught a 1281. Man, I'm looking forward to hearing the story. Even sometimes we don't think there is a story. There's always a story when you catch a 1281.
Yeah, and Steve, for me, I mean, yes, that's an awesome fish for this event. But to me, the story is more about Sam Rayburn, and it freaking showed out.
It really did.
What was it? 5 over 10? Yeah. Was it 5?
4, I think. 4, I think it was over 10.
4. Yeah. Well, Clint Wade couldn't get another.
4, including the 1281. Fourth place was 1022. Fifth place was 999 for 10th.
999. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah. So, but I mean, last week it was, will it take a 10-pounder to win this event? And not only did it take a 10, but you had to have a 10 to get inside the top 5. So
exactly.
I'm glad to see Rayburn show out like it did.
Yeah, me too. That's good for Rayburn, because I talked to 2 or 3 guys, a couple of guys over there, Kevin, and they were all hoping that just one double digit came in. So yeah, you're right. This was good for Rayburn, and much needed shot now, especially with the low water level. I'm sure some people have stayed away over there just because of that, but anyway, they haven't stopped putting on tournaments over there. That's for sure. All right, so we've got the results from Sealy Big Bass Splash. We'll go over all that and how all that shook out this past weekend. We're going to wrap up the Fishers of Men Northeast Texas on Lake of the Pines, another place they caught them pretty good, Kevin. Lake of the Pines, it continues to just I'm headed there this next weekend. It continues to put out really quality fish. And if you've never been to Pines, it's a great place to go fishing.
Yeah, no, it really is, Steve. Especially if the only downfall on Pines is it's a little small for the size of tournaments that they got going out there, and that's because it's such a great fishery. But no, I mean the area lakes and surrounding lakes, kind of where we cover, is most all the lakes are fishing really well right now.
Yeah, they really are. And speaking of the lakes that's fishing well, one that's fished well all spring has been Toledo Bend. And I'm telling you right now, this weekend the Bass Nation will show up. April 22nd through the 24th right there on Toledo Bend. So look for those guys to have a really good tournament. Kevin, what do you?
They're going to catch them, Steve.
Yeah.
They're going to catch them. They are going to catch them. I think they're hit. I haven't looked at the weather. Now, I want to see what that's going to play out and look like.
Right.
But forward-facing sonar is allowed, and you've got some guys that can freaking catch them doing it. So yeah, they will catch them this week as long as the weather allows and the wind allows.
Right. Also, hey, our buddy Jacob Wheeler finally gets it done. Finally gets the one W that's been eluding him his whole career, and that's the Red Crest Cup. Your thoughts on Jacob winning?
Nothing surprises me anymore. Yes, This is the one tournament that has eluded him outside of the Bassmaster Classic, which he hasn't fished many of.
Right.
But man, the guy is unreal. Just absolutely unreal. The way he keeps doing what he's doing at the level he's doing it at.
Right. Well, tomorrow I'm going to ask him. There's a rumor going around, Kevin, about Jacob. There's actually somebody sent me looked like a Facebook post or an article about Jacob leaving bass fishing possibly in 2027 to go saltwater.
I
I
seen
don't
that,
know if
and he
that's
said
true.
that's where his no, that's true. He says I read the interview. He said that's where his heart's at right now.
Really?
So if unless the interview was made up that I read, Steve, that's what I saw.
Huh. Well, I'm gonna ask him tomorrow. I'll have him on hooking up and tracking down tomorrow. And that's one of the questions I'm dying to ask him. Is that true? At first, I thought it was something AI generated, and I thought, I can't believe that he'd walk away. But maybe he's ready to walk away. We'll see. Jacob Fouts won his first Elite Series event. A guy that was kind of down and out, Kevin, a couple of years ago, almost was looking to just throw in the towel and say, I'm going home. I'm done. And finally, he kind of turns it around. But you know what Mark Zona told him? He asked Zona for some advice. And he was kind of feeling sorry for himself, and Zona looked at him and said, you know what you got to do, Jacob? You got to catch them. If you can't catch them, you're not going to make it here on this tour. And he said it hit him like somebody hit him with a bat between the eyes when Zona told him that. And from that point on, he's become a different angler. And it was interesting to hear Zona tell the story yesterday, but hats off to Jacob Fouts. Stuck it out and stayed with it, never quit, and finally gets a win on Arkansas River. A tough place to get
Steve, but let me tell you, I watched a good bit of that live footage, or had it playing anyway, and Arkansas River is right.
Yes.
The hydrilla, I mean, they caught some freaking sacks for a river, especially for Arkansas River up there in Oklahoma, Muskogee up in that area. And wow, I was impressed. I think everybody was with that fishery.
Yeah, I know a lot of Toyota Series guys were watching it because the next Toyota Series is coming up there at Muskogee. Our good friend Walt Stevens will be fishing that, and I think Daryl Gleason. I think Daryl may be fishing that. And but anyway, so we've got a lot of that. I know Daryl's getting ready for a Bass Open somewhere. I forgot where that's at. But anyway, we're going to take a quick break, recognize a few of our sponsors. When we return, we got the Sealy winner, Glen Stone, hanging on the line right now. You're watching Tackle Talk Live. We'll be right back.
A good marine dealer is hard to find, but a great dealer is even harder. But in Iowa, Louisiana, there's a marine dealer that falls into the great category, Power Implements Marine, South Louisiana's go-to dealer for all things related to the boating industry. A Minn Kota, Garmin, and Mercury dealer, guaranteeing you first-rate service in both sales and repair. A great selection of new and used boats to choose from, including Skeeter, G3, Ranger, Camus, and Go Devil. A knowledgeable staff that will treat you like family and are always willing to go the extra mile to ensure you walk out a happy customer. To see everything they have to offer, go to powerimplements.com or stop by 606 East Miller Street in Iowa, Louisiana. Plus, mention Tackle Talk Live and save $500 off a new or pre-owned boat or $50 off your first service ticket. Toledo Health is a full-service primary and acute care clinic. Nurse practitioners Jarrett Rule and Melissa Vines bring quality health care that's needed and convenient to the area. Nothing is worse than being sick on your family or fishing getaway. Whether it's a stomach virus or a hook in the hand, Toledo Healthcare will try and meet all your health care needs. Appointments available and walk-ins are always welcome. So the next time you're feeling down at Toledo Bend, stop by Toledo Healthcare, located on Highway 6 just south of Toledo Town, or call 318-508-5323. Very few stores are a complete one-stop shop, but Cypress Knee Outdoors is such a place. A store within a store. Cypress Knee is located inside 3J's four-way. Whether you need gas, food, drinks, or bait and tackle, they have it. Cypress Knee Outdoors carries top-name fishing brands like Strike King, Sandtone, Spro, and V&M. Crappie jigs from Bobby Garland. Need hunting gear? They have it. Ammunition from rifle to shotgun shells. Deer scents from Buck Wild and Doe and Heat. Deer stands from Titan and feeders from T-Hanger. Cypress Knee has it all. Located off I-49, exit 127, just south of Natchitoches, Louisiana. So stop by Cypress Knee Outdoors and let John Abram and his staff show you everything they have to offer. Or give them a call at 318-238-HUNT. You're watching Tackle Talk Live, a show dedicated to making you a better angler. Now back to the guys with all the inside scoop, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
This is Tackle Talk Live. Again, we're in it for segment 2 here. Appreciate everybody tuning us in. Spread the word. Let everybody know we're back on. Thank you for tuning us in today. This segment presented by the Lakes Insurance of Nacogdoches, Toledo Health Clinic, Cypress Knee Outdoors, Shimano, Power Implements Marine, located in Iowa, Louisiana, Lost Frontier Park, located on Toledo Bend, and our newest sponsor, RentalsToledoBend.com. And I'm telling you guys, if you're looking to make a trip to Toledo Bend, need a place to stay, forget those rental companies that want to charge you all those extra fees. Dowden Associates Realty is offering you a better option. RentalsToledoBend.com, where there's no excessive fees. And there's another reason you can use RentalsToledoBend.com. When you call Dowden Realty and mention Tackle Talk, you'll get 10% off your house rental. Call 318-256-0563 and mention Tackle Talk to get 10% off your next rental. Save yourself some money with RentalsToledoBend.com. And on the Tackle Talk hotline, we've got the man, literally the man who, Kevin, I guess he had to load his truck up with all that money he won and head to the bank yesterday. So, but anyway, Glen, we're glad to have you. Glen Stone, the winner of the Sealy Big Bass Splash, a record-setting win. If I heard that right, Glen, is that correct?
That is correct. Yes, sir.
The largest fish ever caught in a Sealy event, Steve.
Yeah. Glen, has that sunk in? Because they've been doing this a long time.
Not yet. It still hadn't sunk in. I was sitting here looking at that boat sitting out in my yard, and I was just thinking, whose boat is that?
Well, first question I got, did you practice for this event? Is this something you practiced for, or you just went fishing?
I came down last Saturday and looked around because I hadn't been down on the lake since it was so low. And we just looked around, and I fished a little bit and found out where I was wanting to start. And that's about all we did. Then I come down that Thursday and put the boat in the water and was ready for Friday.
Yeah. So
Steve, where's home for you?
Marshall,
I'm
Texas.
sorry, Steve. Glenn, where's home for you? Marshall. Okay, so first time this year being on there. So kind of coming down Thursday, you said you found a starting place. Kind of take us through your game plan with one day of practice and kind of what you see and what you thought about Rayburn.
Yeah, so I had found some fish on the Saturday, and they were mostly in those drains and stuff coming down off of points, and so we figured we were going to start up around Buck Bay at that point there, and just fish those drains and see if we could find something in there. And man, on Friday, the wind was terrible on Friday, so we got blowed off of that. And we tried to come down there around Needmore Point and fish there, and the wind was just terrible. And so we caught a bunch of little ones, 2-3 pounders, but nothing with any size on that day.
Now, is this an area, Glenn, that you spent a lot of time in the past? This is kind of an area, anglers have certain areas that they always love to go fish. Was that the case for you?
Well, no, I really wanted to go to Five Fingers is where I wanted to go, but the wind was so terrible that day. I said, we're just going to stay closer to where we were staying. We were staying up near Mill Creek.
Oh, okay.
And we were just like, I just want to run up. The wind was coming right straight down the lake on that day. And I didn't want to run through all that to get up there.
So what day did you land the winning bass? Was this a Friday, Saturday?
It was on Sunday morning at 7:40.
Yeah.
Last day. There was a 12-pounder caught in Toledo several years ago that was on the last day. I think it was Toledo. It might have been Rayburn, but anyway. So Glenn, let's jump right to it, man. Let's jump right to the catch. Kind of give us time frame and kind of where you're at. Just walk us through the catch.
Sure. Yeah, we had got up that morning, and I wanted to go to Five Fingers, and I knew the wind was going to be changing out to the northeast, so running that bank up through there was going to be all right. It wasn't going to be too terrible until you got out on the main lake. So we made it up there, and the point where I wanted to start, there was somebody already sitting on it. We'd left out early that morning, but man, we got up there was somebody already sitting on it. And I looked over to another one, and I said, well, somebody's sitting there. I said, well, let's just go out here to this other point, and we'll start right there, and we'll stick to the plan that we had of fishing. We were fishing about anywhere from 10 to 15 foot and fishing some type of structure where there was a stump or brush piles or something. And that's exactly what we were doing. We wasn't scoping. I was using the live scope to find the stumps and throw at stumps, and the ones I could see on the 360. And then we were throwing at stumps. I had threw a Carolina rig that morning and gotten hung up and broke off a couple times, and I was just like, you know what, I'm tired of throwing this right now, and I don't feel like tying on again. So I picked up a Texas rig worm and started throwing it. And I found that stump and threw over there to it. I had caught about a 15-pound op off a stump the day before, and when I first felt her, I thought, I'm either hung up, and then she pulled, and I said, that's another dadgum op.
Oh,
And I thought, oh, and then it wasn't fighting like a catfish. And I said, man, I said, this is a good fish. And then she really just pulled. She didn't really fight that hard. And she got up to the top. And whenever she came up and jumped, I told him, I said, oh my goodness, this is a good fish. Get the net. And he got the net, and I got her back over to the boat. And he missed her the first time with the net. And my heart almost just fell out. And then, but he went right back real quick and got her with the net. When he put her into the boat, he looked at me and he said, hey, this is a double digit. This is 10 pounds. I said, yeah, she's at least 10 pounds. And I said, oh my gosh. And all I could say is I've caught a good one. I have caught a good one.
Yeah.
And
wow.
I picked up my scales, and man, I put her on my scales, and my clip wouldn't hardly fit around her lip. And it was bumping right at 13 and just under 13. And I thought,
my goodness.
I said, dude, let's put her in the live well, and we're going to weigh in right now. I don't want anything to happen to this fish.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and again, you said you caught an op off that same. I know you said you didn't use forward facing sonar to actually catch the fish, but could you see a fish on it? Did you see this fish on there?
I don't know if it was her, but I saw a fish come up and then go back down. And it was so quick that I couldn't tell you if it was her or not. I don't know.
Right.
Now, was it four-face sonar or was it 360?
Well, I had the 360 on to find stumps, and then I would actually target the stumps with the forward facing, so I could see the stump and see my bait and throw right to the stumps.
Right. I got you. So a little bit more info about the stump, Glenn. And now, look, I don't know if you've got anything else coming up on Rayburn, or you're going to fish Rayburn. So anything you don't want to give away, you don't have to by no means. But I'm going to pick a little bit here and get out of you what I can. The stump. I mean, you said 10 to 15 foot of water is what you're fishing. Was that stump out of the water? Was it, 4 foot, 5 foot off the bottom? Kind of give me some, was it, off of a point? Just a little bit more information on kind of how the fish was set up.
No, they were all off the points, and most of it was either a lay down or just a short, maybe a 2 foot stump. There was nothing sticking out of the water there. There looked like somebody had a crappie brush pile right there too that we were kind of fishing around, and but no, all the stumps were well under the water. Just stumps about 2 foot tall, most of them, or lay down.
Okay.
And this fish came out of 5 fingers.
It did, yes.
Wow. Kevin, how many big fish have been caught in 5 fingers over the years? Good gosh.
How many boats was in 5 fingers?
Yeah, that's the other question.
Probably not as many as going to be there next year.
That's definitely a community hole.
There were several boats in there, and there was more coming, but like I said, we had gotten there early so we could try to get a spot, and somebody was already on the spot we wanted, which worked out fine for us.
But one thing I've always noticed about 5 fingers, because it's one of my favorite places to fish, is that the guys that stay in there and stay with it all day usually do pretty good. You may not win the tournament, but you got a shot to get a really good check. Right. But the guys that come and go, but the guys that just stay with it and stay in there and let those other guys come and go, those are the guys usually they do well there.
And that was our plan. We were going to stay in there all day.
Yeah.
That's where we were going to stay.
And what was the bait you were using?
Yeah, that's what I was wanting to kind
of. It was an old monster worm. Yeah.
Okay. All right. An old monster around 10 to 15 on a stump. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
think
got
we
you.
were setting. I had to go back. I said we were setting in about 9 foot of water on the boat, but I looked back at my graph and we were setting about 12 foot with the boat, kind of
Mhm.
throwing off of that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after you catch this fish, Glenn, and you get up there and you weigh it in, I can't imagine catching a fish like that. You get up there, it's still kind of early. Did we come back out? Could you go back out?
No, I was done. So when
Yeah.
that fish, when
Yeah.
it weighed 12.81 come across those scales, I was just like, I can't go back out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to load the boat up and I'm coming back to weigh in because I'm too nervous. I mean, could it happen? Somebody
Yeah.
could have brought a bigger one in. Absolutely. So,
Kevin,
Right.
Kevin, I told Glenn yesterday, I said, it's a good thing you didn't catch that fish on Friday because you'd have had 2 sleepless nights
Oh,
yes,
that you'd have to wonder who's going to come in with a bigger fish.
absolutely.
So you caught it on the right. Oh, was it red bug? Was that the color you were
It was a
throwing?
plum.
Plum. Right.
Plum.
So it's
Yeah.
a red one. Yeah. Red bug
Yeah.
plum. Hard to beat stuff. Right now on is when that thing gets really good. So
Yes, sir.
good choice. And um, are you keeping the
what?
boat and truck? What are you doing
Yeah,
with
yeah.
those?
That was my question. Because you want a boat and a truck. Kind of. What's your next steps here with all of that?
So no, I'm not keeping the truck, but I'm going to keep the boat. The boat's bigger
Okay.
than mine, and a lot. It's got a lot more room. So I'm going to sell my boat and keep this one.
That's a 20-foot
Okay.
Phoenix. Is that right?
21.
21. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
two-
Right now I'm in a X19 Express 19 foot. So,
Yeah.
and it's a nice boat, and I really like the boat, but I'm going to go to the bigger one.
Right. Yamaha
Yeah.
or Mercury?
This one, the
Yeah.
new one, it's a Mercury. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Mercury.
Man,
Okay.
you in good shape for a while then.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's good.
Heck yeah. Glenn, are you gonna fish any of the other Sealy's coming up, or?
I'm looking at possibly going to Toledo. Sometimes I have some
Okay.
work conflict on that weekend, but I may go down there and fish that one and try to fish Fork if I'm not in
Yeah.
Colorado hunting this year.
Right. Yeah, Fork's a little bit
Yeah.
later in the
Yeah.
year, so kind of overlaps with hunting season, especially
Yeah.
guys that go to Colorado, like you're talking about.
Yes, sir.
Well, man, congratulations, dude. I know it's a win of a lifetime. It's one of them deals you'll never forget.
Yes, sir. I will not. I don't know if I'll ever catch anything that big again, but it was definitely a thrill.
And your name will be
It
in
was
the
good
record.
timing.
Yeah,
It was good
Yes.
timing.
exactly. And your name will be in the record books probably for quite a while. I don't know. It's going to be a while for somebody breaks a 1281.
Yes, sir.
So, all right. Well, Glenn, thank you, man. Appreciate you coming on with us. And best wishes at Toledo Bend if you head that away.
All right. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
All right. All right, Kev. There was some good detail. We got good stuff out of Glenn there.
Yeah.
He did a great job. And
And it was, it was forward face sonar related, but it wasn't. He's using forward facing sonar 360 both to find the stumps, that he's casting at. But yeah, I mean, an old monster round a stump, 10 to 15 foot of water, Steve.
Yeah,
I mean, that can't
yeah.
get much more old school than that.
No, that's exactly right. All right. Well, we're going to take another quick break, recognize some more of our sponsors. Still to come, we'll give you all the Sealy results. We got Fishers of Men East Texas results, Red Crest. And big bags that came in on the Bass Champs on Ray Roberts. We don't normally cover Ray Roberts, but I'm just telling you, when I saw the weights and the bags that came in on this thing, I said, oh, we got to talk about this. It's incredible. We got lake level reports and upcoming tournaments. You're watching Tackle Talk Live. We'll be right back.
The Lakes Insurance Agency is an independent insurance agency taking care of Texans' insurance needs for over 25 years, offering auto, homeowners, boat, RV, life, health, and commercial insurance. Owner Clark Moore is a local fishing guide and tournament angler who understands your insurance needs and wants to be your go-to guide for all your insurance needs. For a free quote, Give them a call and see why so many Texans trust the Lake Insurance Agency. 2 locations to serve you in both Nacogdoches and Bravos, Texas. Or give them a call at 936-205-4467.
You're watching Tackle Talk Live, a show dedicated to making you a better angler. Now back to the guys with all the inside scoop, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
Welcome back. This segment, our final segment today, presented by the Lakes Insurance of Nacogdoches. 2 locations, Bravos, Texas and Nacogdoches. Toledo Health Clinic right there at Toledo Town, beautiful Toledo Bend Lake. Cypress and Outdoors, located just south of Natchitoches, exit 127 off I-49. Shimano, Power Implements Marine, right there in Iowa, Louisiana. And Kevin, if you walk in the door and say, hey, man, I watch Tackle Talk Live, what's going to happen?
Steve, you get $500 off the purchase of any new or used boat, or you get $50 off your service ticket. Don't forget, it's a new Vexus dealership as well. They got the Vexus fiberglass and aluminum boats, along with Skeeter and Hamus and everything else they have in the saltwater market. So you need to go by, check out our guys at Power Influence Marine, let them know we sent you.
Also, Lost Frontier Park right there, look on Toledo Bend. Chase Collins and family, original owners, are back in control of this place again. If you're looking for a great place to stay, nowhere better. Amenities, RV park, huge swimming pool, cabins, great restaurant, lakeside beach with bungalows. Plan your next getaway, make reservations, call 409-404-9972. That's Lost Frontier Park, located on Carice Creek on the Texas side of Toledo Bend. Also, in our newest sponsor, rentalstoledobend.com. If you're looking to make a trip to Toledo Bend, maybe you're getting ready for the Sealy, need a place to stay. Forget those rental companies that want to charge you all those extra fees. Dowden Associates Realty offering you a better option. Rentalstoledobend.com, where there are no excess fees. And there's also another reason, Kevin, if you mention Tackle Talk, you're going to get 10% off when you call in to 256-0563. That's 256-0563. And you mention Tackle Talk, again, you're going to get 10% off your rental. Save yourself some money, guys.
You can save some money doing that.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said,
10% off of like a full weekend rental or something. I mean, you can save some money doing that.
I have spent a fortune on VRBOs and different companies around the country, and I'm telling you right now, man, these excess fees are off the chart now. Okay, moving on. All right, Kev, let's see here. Sealy results. Real quick, we'll go with the top 5. First place, of course, Glen Stone, 1281. Second place, Pete King from New Boston, Texas. He had a 1087. Kevin, stop me if you got a comment on any of these. Third place, Richard Kaiser from Rapid City, South Dakota. He was a long way from home. He had a 1058. It was worth his trip down here. He won $15,000 in cash. Fourth place was Jimmy York from Lufkin, Texas. He had a 1022. And rounding out the top 5, our buddy Clint Wade from Huntsville, Texas, 9.99. I assume it's the same Clint Wade. Am I right, Kevin?
No, it is. And you want to know the bad part about that 999, Steve? What? He missed out on $1,500 more because of Bass Cash Bash.
No. Oh, man. Yeah. We're talking drops of water here. And
a drop, not drops.
Yeah,
a drop of water.
Exactly.
And not only did Clint win 5th, Stacy won the women's division for overall big bass as well.
I just saw that right there on the ladies. She won $1,500 and first place prize package, top 3 overall. And so congratulations to all those people. Nicole Bennett, Sealy Bennett, Chris's wife, told me that they had 2,202 anglers sign up for this event. Numbers were down a little bit, but I think because of Rayburn being down.
Yeah, I mean that's
still a great turnout.
That's a great turnout for the water. That water level scared a lot of people off, Steve. Not just because of of running a risk of injuring, but messing up your boat. But also the fact that the Sealy always fishes very, very small because of the amount of people. But when that water level is that low, it fishes that much smaller, and it just makes it extremely hard. So yeah, they're missing a lot of boats because of that reason and that reason only.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And so, all right, moving on to Fishers of Men, Northeast Texas, Lake of the Pines. First place, Carson Stevens and Brian Stevens. They won it with 23.35. Our buddy Jim Tutt and his, I guess it's his son, Andrew Tutt. They came in second with 22.74. Always loved visiting with Jim. I saw him at one of the tournaments earlier in the year. Love talking to Jim Tutt. Great guy, great person, great angler. Third place, Patrick Watkins and Travis Murray. They came in third with 21.62. Fourth place was Cash Henson and Parker Emery with fourth place with 18.78 and round out the top five. Andrew Harp and R.W. James, they had 5 fish for 18.69. So congratulations to those guys. Let's see here. I'm trying to see what else I've got. Bassmaster. Nope, wrong one. I'm not.
Yeah, not much in our area, just because Sealy, nobody competes with the Sealy going on. So Toledo and Sam Rayburn's pretty calm when the Sealy's going on. But Steve, Federation Nation Championship this weekend. Excuse me. Those guys are going to freaking catch them again, unless the wind blows on them or they have something like that. It's setting up for lots of, it's really setting up very, very well for the scopers, just because of the time of year it is. And a lot of those fish are transitioning right now, and they're can be hard to catch regular fishing, but scoping, those guys, I definitely think it will be one scoping, but there will be, I would think probably 4 to 5 of the top 10 will be scopers, and the other 5 to 6 will just be traditional fishermen. Just because you can catch a good bag still regular fishing. Also, there's still a lot of things going on.
Right.
But man, if the weather holds up for those guys, I think they're going to hit it pretty good.
Well, and now, of course, me fishing this weekend at Pines, I've been really zeroed in on the weather. I know Friday in the Marshall, Lake of the Pines area, they're calling for a good chance of thunderstorms, scattered thunderstorms. And then Saturday, only like a 20%, but it picks back up on Sunday.
Yeah, but that federation, I thought it was Thursday. I thought it started.
It starts today.
No, that's practice. That's practice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, but it's during the week this week.
All right.
I want to say it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But.
Right. Real quick, and I just want to go over this just because I'm amazed at the weights that they brought in. Bass Champs on Ray Roberts. I'm going to go with the weights. 32.26 won it. 31.15 was second. 28.44 was third. Going down the list, top 10, 25.76. That was with a 10.77 kicker. Took 10, let's see here, top 20. Took over 20 pounds to make the top 20, 20.64. To make the top, let's see, top 40. You had to have over 18 pounds to make the top 40, Kevin. I mean, I'm talking, I don't know, other than Toledo, I don't know of a lake that's fished better than this one right here. Now,
when that lake gets right, Steve, when it gets right,
yeah,
it gets stupid.
Didn't you have a college series there back in your day?
No, we were. I've fished Ray Roberts, but what did I go to Ray Roberts to fish? I forget now. Maybe a Bass Champs, but the college series that I fished was at Louisville up there.
Oh, that's right.
Which is not comparable. Let me just tell you, that is not comparable.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty tough fishery if I remember what I watched y'all catch. And but anyway, all right. Upcoming tournaments. You got this weekend, the 22nd through the 24th, Bass Nation on Toledo Bend. And let's see here. April 25th, Outlaw Outdoors Team Series number 3 will be on Rayburn. That's this weekend. Also, April. And again, Kevin, does the Sealy really affect Rayburn as much since it's mainly a big bass tournament? Do you think the pressure has an effect on that body of water after such an event?
No, it does. It does, but Rayburn handles pressure better than any other lake I've ever seen.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because it's every weekend, and it just handles it. It doesn't. we said 10 years ago when Rayburn was getting a big tournament every weekend, we kept saying this is not the lake can't survive this. And Steve, it proved all of us wrong.
Right.
Proved all of us wrong.
Right. Also this weekend, April 23rd to the 25th, I know Daryl Gleason posted a video yesterday. Bassmaster Open Division 2 is on Grand Lake, Oklahoma. Those guys will probably catch them up there, probably tail end of the spawn there. Also this weekend, the MPFL number 2 has been switched to Millwood, I believe, out of just north of Texarkana. Ashdown, I believe, is where that lake is located. And so they moved it from Wright Patman to, because of, I think, low water level. And so also Elite Outdoors Team Series this weekend, number 3, Lake of the Pines. And on Sunday, the Elite Series Outdoors Solo Series event number 3, also in Lake of the Pines. So that's where I will be over there this weekend. Lake levels, Kevin, not much changed in the last week. Toledo is still 3 feet low. Sam Rayburn is still 8.12 feet low. Now, hopefully our next report next Tuesday, we're going to see a rise in these bodies of water with the storms that are coming through. And sounds like we're going to get significant rain for several days in a row. So that may help our area lakes. Lake of the Pines is still 1.6 feet low, and Fork is 2.85 feet low. And
my understanding, Stephen, y'all are going to get a lot more rain up there up north than we are down here, but the rain's going to be in the right places, which for Toledo and Sam Rayburn, that east central Texas region is where we need the rain. And that's looking like, my understanding is where they will be getting some rain this coming weekend. So that's good. Anytime we can get some rain in the area for all of our lakes, that's good. Yep,
that is. Kevin, you got any Shimano product this week? Or what
No, I don't have anything with me this week, Steve. Of course, I'm on the road, but we got some new stuff coming up. We got some stuff at ICAST that I'll be able to talk about here in the coming weeks that we're really excited about. So I'll have some new things to talk about and kind of go over here soon.
All right, good deal. Looking forward to that. All right, Kevin, that's all I got.
Yeah, that's all we got for this week. Got some good tournaments this weekend. So, we'll have to kind of see what goes, see if we want to talk Rayburn or Toledo Bend for next week, kind of see how the tournaments go and results are. But back to wide open. Don't forget the SBCA, the Southern Bass Club Association Top 8 is coming up May, I think, 1st and 2nd. Right there. I'm pretty sure it's 1st and 2nd on Toledo Bend. So we'll have that event coming up. So lots of things going on coming into April and May for Toledo Bend and Sam Rayburn.
Also, I want to caution everybody. Lakes are already crowded with anglers. Well, now your pleasure boaters are starting to hit the water. Now that we're getting these warmer days, warmer temperatures, great weekends, warm weekend. People are going to be getting out more. Be careful. Be conscious of people that are around you. Especially on these boat runs on Toledo Bend. Be courteous. Don't be swamping anybody. Just be nice. So hopefully there's been a couple of boat accidents in the last couple of weeks. One in a high school tournament, I believe in California in the Delta. And so be careful out there. Okay. We don't want to be reporting on any boating accidents in our region over here. Okay. All right. Thank you for tuning us in. We appreciate you. Each and every one of you for checking us out each and every week. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, however way you listen to a podcast. If you'd like to become a member of our sponsorship team, just send us a message on Facebook. Kevin will make sure to get you a detailed packet out. For Kevin Jean, yours truly, Steve Graff. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week with more Tackle Talk Live.